Hey guys, welcome back. Tribes tutorial series. My name is Taka. We've been going over a lot of the basic techniques to get you moving through this game. We covered all three of the basic classes, some of the things that they're good at. The Pathfinder, the Soldier, the Juggernaut. We talked about the importance of the generator and how it keeps all of your base defenses up, shiny, and running. We talked about capping the flag, finding those routes, getting that speed up, using explosives to propel yourself forward. We talked about playing the Juggernaut, getting the timing on those fusion mortars, really using them to wreck up the base defenses, standing on the flag as the heavy on flag, blocking the incoming cappers, things like that. Today we're going to talk about two of the unlockable classes, the two classes that have some really excellent assets to your gameplay. This one I'm in right now, this is the Technician. The Technician's a medium armor class. He's pretty hardy. He's got some decent weapons, but I definitely wouldn't take him over to the enemy base. His job is right here at home, because he is the class that, of course, comes with a repair gun by default. Now, these are the same repair guns that you can get down in the generator rooms, things like that, wherever you see the repair icon, things like that medical symbol right there. But this one can be upgraded. This one can repair faster, things like that. The Technician's really good at that. The default weapon you get is this wonderful little light machine gun here. It does decent damage. I've been torn up by these things a good number of times if you're not moving fast enough. You can unlock the Soldier's Thumper for the Technician. I'm going to be the first person to call OP on that one. It's pretty sick seeing Technicians running around with the Thumper. But, you know, for what it's worth, they are usually keeping themselves busy repairing things like turrets and generators, things like that. But one of the most vital functions that the Technician can do is his deployable. As you can see, if you press C to use your pack, it's got the turret here. This is a freestanding turret. It is dependent on power, however. You do need your generator to get it working. These things are particularly deadly here on the map Dry Dock, though. As you can see, the ships over there from Crossfire, they are, in fact, in Dry Dock. That's actually a pretty cool ship up there. Usually I'm in combat, and I don't take the time to smell the roses, as it were, but it's actually pretty sweet. Anyway, you want to put these turrets in a slightly defensible position, but you want to give them a nice line of sight to the flag, because you want them to chew up the cappers a little bit. So what I usually do is I usually tuck them behind these little crates here. It's a great place to put them. Another place where you might want to put them is down in the generator room. Some people like to put them down there. I don't know. I think it's such an enclosed area. All you have to do is sort of sit one heavy class in there, and your generator is pretty defended. That is really cool. I usually like to put the turrets on the flag to keep them from taking it, because that is the ultimate goal, right? We may lose our generator, that sucks, but the ultimate goal is to get the flag. Of course, if you lose the generator, these babies don't work anymore, so keep that in mind when planning your strategies. Now, once these are placed, what you want to do is you want to be going around, making sure that everything is nice and full with your repair gun here. You can fly over to the turrets, and let's take a look over here. Oh, this one appears to be healthy, right? As you can see. So that's what you're going to want to do with this guy. Now, the other deployable class is called the Doombringer. Let's pull him up here. The Doombringer has a bunch of cool things. Note that when I changed classes, my turret went away. I think that's a glitch with the game, and hopefully by the time you're seeing this, they've fixed it. It's especially annoying when you play in some of the custom servers where you actually spawn. Everyone spawns in light armor. As soon as you die and respawn, your turrets are destroyed. That's definitely a glitch, but I'm sure they're going to fix that down the line, and I'll be doing an updated video of this one to edit that out, but it is a bit of an annoyance. What we've got here is we've got our wonderful chain gun. This thing does have a bit of a spin-up, but it does massive amounts of damage. It can chew up incoming cappers. This is the best class, of course, for the heavy on flag. You want to park this guy right here, because you know all the cappers are going to be coming straight towards you. That's your perfect opportunity to chew them apart. This thing is wonderful. You'll note that that spin-up can be a bit annoying. You might think, oh, man, I wish I could get rid of that. Well, guess what? You actually can. What you want to do is you want to actually be tapping your trigger. That way, as soon as... Oh, capper. Another capper. And you're ready to go immediately. Now, you may think, oh, it's not making that much of a difference, a second or two. But in Tribes, I'm sure you've learned by now, a second or two is all that it takes to make the difference. The other default weapon is, of course, the Saber Launcher. This thing will lock onto heat sources, grav bikes, shrikes, tanks, things like that. It'll lock onto them after about 2 seconds. Of course, that 2 seconds can feel like an eternity when you're trying to lock onto something that's shooting back at you. But either way, it'll also lock onto other players. But locking onto other players is relatively difficult, because as soon as they touch the ground, you actually lose your lock on them. It's nice if you got a little over-ambitious capper coming through and they grab the flag, they try to take off into that way direction. You can actually hold down, get the lock on them, and launch off a couple of missiles, keep them busy. The missiles can be intercepted. You're getting shot at by a missile, you think, oh, just go ahead and shoot it down. All it takes is one good hit. They can be hit with projectile weapons like discs. That's particularly fancy. If you get a video of yourself shooting down a projectile with a disc, I'd love to see you put it as a video response to this particular video. I think that would actually be pretty awesome. I've done it a few times, but it's relatively difficult. The easier thing to do is, of course, to take your machine gun and just spray it a little bit until you detonate the missile. There's really not a big excuse for getting hit by missiles unless you got multiple ones on you. There's always a way to avoid them, have them ram into a mountain and such. They will stay locked onto you if you get behind a mountain, but they will, if they crash into the surface, they will detonate, or staying close enough to the ground so that if someone's trying to get a lock on you, you do get a warning. As soon as you touch the ground, it's going to break that lock. So, but the most important thing for the Doombringer is probably its deployable, the force field. The force field is epically awesome. It does damage to people based on how quickly they're running, so I know you're thinking about it right now. Cappers better watch out. Capper moving at 250 kph is not going to want to smack into this thing, and that is true. Usually it kills you. You want to make sure it's close enough to the flag so that cappers coming in don't scoot over it like that and grab the flag. They can just, skim over it. That's a pretty steep angle right there. I'd say they'd be hard pressed to get in there. Be sure to know your routes. Cappers like to come from down this hill. They also like to come from across over there, from over the top of that mesa. So those are the main capper routes. There will be some people coming down the center, but they're probably not going to be going that fast, and they're going to run into all this crap back here. So you really want to worry about the ones coming in from high speed this direction and that direction, putting the force fields here. You don't want to push the force field over here. Obviously, it's not going to get a lot of work. Now, both these deployables, both the turret that is no longer there, annoyingly, and the force field here, are dependent on your generator staying up, so you want to keep that puppy up, or definitely have a good technician on your side. That definitely concludes our tutorial about the Doombringer, and it actually concludes our tutorial series. I hope you've got a little bit better grasp of the basics of the game, how it works, keeping your generators up, base defenses, how to ski, how to cap, all that fun stuff. I'm planning on doing a couple more series about specific locations to play from. I personally love to play Chaser. I love to chase down the enemy cappers. It's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying for me, and I'm pretty good at it. I want to do some focus videos on playing specific positions that would include in-game footage, things like that, so look forward to those. Be sure to like this video and all the other ones so that we can get more of our Tribes players educated, so we can have some good matches instead of these really one-sided wimpy things where half the team is just sort of standing around wondering what to do. Direct them over here, show them these videos. Happy tribing, guys. Remember, gotta go fast.